Y'all want to get mad at people for looting, but you won't tell us where you get those artifacts for your museums. You want to get mad at us for rioting, but you literally made a professional football player lose his job for kneeling. Y'all want to tell us to not destroy public property, but keep telling me about the Boston Tea Party every year at school. So baby, why don't you come catch this fade, sport? Because I'm ultimately tired.
Share this around now. Something's going on in DC. If they're shooting rubber bullets, why does he have a silencer? Also, all of the protesters have completely vanished. The girl that tweeted this out's account was deleted. And there are bots and accounts that are being hacked to tweet, "We're fine," but they're all copying and pasting the same message. Here's proof her account was deleted. This photo right here was the last thing to be seen. Rubber bullets and tear gas don't set an entire city block on fire. Anonymous themselves have tweeted out saying that this is actually going on. There's something shady going on here. And last time I checked, rubber bullets don't sound like this.
No justice, no peace. What the fuck? Who told y'all? A savior, none other than God. Oh, my bad. Is those witches? Oh, shit. You want to see something cool? You see them over there? Where? Right there? So we really not about to break down that window? I thought y'all were down for the cause, homies. Come on now, I got Tupac on my shirt. Tupac would have broke that window. Yo, chill. That's a peaceful protester. Chill. He was an undercover cop. Oh, fuck! Never mind, my stomach. God damn! What the fuck? I know that's not bad, man. Black Lives Matter. With all this going on, where Black Panther at? And where the hell is Corona? Give me 2 weeks. Man, all of this is crazy. We gotta stop the murder. Buzz, I heard something about murder. Back the fuck up. Overthrow the government. Mysterious man, turn me on. Turn the laptop off.
I'm getting calls from the media in Salt Lake City, Utah, saying that people are burning down Salt Lake City, and they're putting headlines that Black Lives Matter Utah burned down Salt Lake City. Hi, I'm the leader of Black Lives Matter Utah. I'm in Minneapolis. We didn't hold a protest today. And I heard all the people doing it are white people. They're setting fires, tagging buildings, breaking windows, and I'm getting blamed for it. White people, are you really oppressed? Did you need to get some angst out for being so privileged? Your only job as a protester is to stand between the police and the other protesters, because the police are less likely to hurt you. You should never break a window, start a fire, or do shit, because they blame it on black people. So guess what? When I get back to Utah tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I'm coming to downtown Salt Lake. And I'm gonna let you privileged white ass protesters know about yourselves.
When you are a have and when you are a have-not, you see the world in very different ways. And a lot of the time people say to the have-nots, this is not the right way to handle things. When Colin Kaepernick kneels, they say this is not the right way to protest. When Martin Luther King had children as part of his protests in Birmingham, Alabama, people said having children as your protest is not the right way to do things. When he marched in Selma, people said this is not the right way to do things. When people marched through the streets in South Africa during apartheid, they said this is not the right way to do things. When people burn things, they say it's never the right way, because there is never a right way to protest. And I've said this before, there is no right way to protest, because that's what protest is. It cannot be right because you are protesting against a thing that is stopping you.
Ready to hear the insanity of white Republican America? Let's do this. They say if we respected the government and police, we wouldn't be killed or arrested, but they say the government shouldn't be trusted and say our country is becoming a police state, whilst praising our president but arguing about the stay-at-home orders he put in place. And they blame Democrats, but the country is currently being ran by a Republican. And they claim their freedoms are being oppressed, but call this the land of the free. And they criticize people of color for openly carrying guns or protesting the government, but openly carry guns and protest the government's lockdown orders. And they say they should have autonomy over their bodies and health to go outside during a pandemic, but deny a woman's bodily health and autonomy. And they say we shouldn't generalize them all as crazy thugs with guns, but they generalize people of color in that very same way daily. And they tell younger people they should have money stashed away in the case of an economic crisis, but don't have money stashed away right now. And they call us whiny snowflakes when they're literally whining about not being able to hang out together for a month and comparing it to historical atrocities like slavery and the Holocaust. And lastly, they claim trickle-down economics is effective, but literally are complaining about not receiving their benefit checks while billionaires get massive corporate bailouts during this whole shit show. The hypocrisy is immaculate.
With all due respect, sir, a good cop is supposed to serve and protect, help the city, not tear it apart.
Yep.
Well, Trump tweeted this today. And while I thought I could spend today nursing the chemical burns in my hands, the military is currently on the streets of my city, hoping to forcefully quell the unrest that is erupting everywhere. All this while the Trump administration is planning on designating Antifa a terrorist organization. And since Antifa isn't actually a strict organization, but a collection of individuals who consider themselves to be anti-fascist, well, that basically means any protester. The government just came up with a reason to call any protester a terrorist. As such, under the Patriot Act, you have no rights. And for those of you who are against the rioters and looters because a peaceful protest is more powerful, I'd like you to look up the protests against the Iraq War, which were some of the largest in history. Nothing happened because the state did not care. Their power was not threatened. To paraphrase Thomas Jefferson, when the people fear the government, that's tyranny. When the government fears the people, that's freedom.
I've never spoken in uniform in this app before, but I feel like this needs to be said now. And I don't know the details because the story is still very new, but it's come to my attention that Minneapolis Police Department and the National Guard opened fire on medics. That is a violation of medical neutrality, and it is a war crime. If it's true that military police were the ones who are opening fire on medics, they will be subject to UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice. Look it up. As a military service member, I can tell you confidently that I do not condone what they did to those medics. It was against the law, and I really, really hope they get what's coming to them.
Today is the first day of Pride, and I don't feel like celebrating. Today is the first day of Pride, and I am not proud. Today is the first day of Pride, and I cried last night so hard that I fell to the floor. Today is the first day of Pride, and I don't want to hear anyone else complain how there isn't a parade or a party. Today is the first day of Pride, and I want every single gay person to remember that Pride started as a protest against police brutality of the Black and brown queer people. Today is the first day of Pride, and I want everyone to celebrate by supporting Black Lives Matter. Because I can't think of a better way to celebrate Pride than protesting police brutality.
Please stop scrolling and listen to me just for a second. Along with everything going on in the world right now, I would like to introduce you to my friend Alejandro Vargas Martinez. In December 2018, he was walking to school, an innocent 15-year-old child, and he was shot. And still to this day, there has been no arrest made. I want to spread awareness, and I want his name to be heard, and I want justice to be served because he deserves justice. His life was amazing, and his life was worth it, and Black Lives Matter. And I'm not Black, but I mourn with you. So please share this video, and please spread awareness and get justice for my friend.
Wow, this is nothing but straight facts. A lot of y'all are vocal about the looting, but silent about the murder. Let's go over something. We're gonna call this series White People Rioting for No Reason. Ready? Let's go! Exhibit 1, which is right here, rioting after a surf competition. Exhibit 2, rioting after their football game lost. Exhibit 3, rioting after their baseball team won. Next exhibit, rioting because their hockey team lost. Next exhibit, rioting after their favorite coach lost their job because he ignored child sexual abuse. Another exhibit, rioting because their baseball team won. Wow! So as you can see with this exhibit, this is nothing but facts. White people riot to get haircuts, and because their team won or lost. We riot because the police are killing us.
Okay, this video is extremely hard for me to make, so please bear with me. The photograph that I'm about to show you is extremely troubling, so please consider this your formal trigger warning. Given the current political climate of our country, I feel it is necessary for me to use my white privilege for something positive, so here it goes. This is my hometown's high school wrestling team. My personal connection to 3 of the individuals in this photo is extremely troubling to me as a passionate member of the Black Lives Matter movement. This kid with the paddle, his name is Timothy Hinkle. This kid right above my head, his name is Drew Horan. And this kid right here, his name is Josh, aka John Soto. People like to ask me all the time why I support the BLM movement when I'm not even black, and to that I answer with this extremely graphic photograph. None of these kids were held accountable for taking this when it was taken very clearly on school property. I support Black Lives Matter because black lives are human lives, and if you don't think so, you've got a screw loose in your head and you need help. Have a good day.
Black, that's what they see first. Why you pulling me over, sir? I know my rights. I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just reaching for my ID. I don't want to die. Mama! I can't breathe. My hands are up. Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot. Get off me. Please don't shoot. I can't breathe. I am enough. I am strong. I am beautiful. No, you cannot touch my hair. It's my turn to speak. If you can't see my blackness, you don't see me. No, I will not be quiet. Fuck you. Stop killing us. Black lives matter. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Say his name. Stop killing us. Please, I can't breathe. My stomach hurt, my neck hurt, everything hurts. They're gonna kill me. Somebody help me. I'm innocent.
I really hope none of the protesters figure out that riot cops are like turtles, and if you grab the bottom of their riot shields and push up as fast as you can, it'll flip the riot cops on their backs and they won't be able to stand back up because the armor is too bulky and heavy, at which point the rioters, which I in no way condone, could begin kicking the ever-living shit out of the cops and break through their lines. I really hope people don't realize this, because that would be bad.
Please hear me out for a quick second, okay? I worked 4 years in journalism. The media is not your friend in this whole situation. Specifically about the situation about George Floyd right now. See, in the news, they make their money off ratings, and the way they do is they like to make it and they love war, because war always is on TV, you want to watch it, and times of distress. And racial tension is also a good money maker. Because think about how much you've been watching the news and how many articles you've been reading and how much things you've been paying attention to get more information about the situation. And they're using the death of an innocent man, George Floyd, to promote it because of racial baiting. And if you cause more division, you cause more chaos, and you cause more war, and you cause more chaos. Because isn't it a little bit suspicious how this happened right after Joe Biden just said if you don't vote for him, you're not black? And the mainstream media didn't even cover that either. Also, when the country's opening back up again, we're now causing riots and burning buildings down, and Trump's calling the National Guard while we are already in quarantine. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I've seen some stuff when I worked in politics. The news is no longer here to inform you, it's here to use your emotions to make profit off ratings, especially during an election year.
PSA. There is currently an armed and militarized gang committing acts of violence and arson amongst the protesters in Minneapolis. This group is well known for disturbing the peace. They are also known for posing a lethal threat to those who they encounter, even unprovoked. When not falsely posing as protesters, they can be identified by their badges. They can be found driving around in cop cars. They can be found abusing their power. They can be found defending Nazis and white supremacists. They can be found with the full weight of their bodies crushing the airways of a black man who has already been incapacitated. These people often come in the disguise of those who are meant to protect and serve our communities.
Hi, so super quick, not so friendly reminder that every single American system in place today was founded on principles of racism. Not to mention America itself was built on the backs of black people. So if black people today want to dismantle and destroy everything that we've built, just so you fucks will stop killing us, then that's what the fuck we're gonna do. We've tried peaceful protest. You hate that. We've tried reason. We've tried raising awareness. We're all aware. You bitches just don't care. So, the revolution's upon us, babes. So get with the program or get your fucking kneecaps broken. Up to you, though.
If you're going to a protest, please watch this. We are the techie side of TikTok. This is how to secure your devices and your identity while protesting. 1. Do not post on social media about your attendance or your whereabouts. Do not click attending on Facebook events. Cops go through these to make arrests weeks to months after protests. 2. Download the Signal app to communicate with your friends. They encrypt your messages and will automatically delete them after a certain period of time. Disable location services on all of your apps. Most of them track you in the background. But don't put your phone totally on airplane mode so that you can still be reached by your friends. Disable the fingerprint or facial ID lock on your phone. Use passcode only. Cops have been known to force people to unlock their phone using these methods. Write the number of the ACLU or a local lawyer who's supporting protesters on your skin in case your phone dies or gets confiscated. Do not write the number of anybody you know. This can be used to track them and you. Wear a face mask to protect against the virus and against facial recognition software. Cover any distinguishing tattoos or features, including special hair colors, etc. Also blur these features out of the videos that you post of your fellow protesters to protect them too, not just their faces, these features. Leave your phone locked when filming and taking pictures. Wipe metadata from your photos by screenshotting them and posting the screenshots.
We begged you to stop. You replied with, "We can't hear you." So now that we're rioting, bitch, we can play deaf too. You painted us as criminals when the unjust was just you. So fuck that courthouse, that police station, and fuck that zoo too. These buildings are supposed to represent the American way, but there's black blood in your flag, 3 bodies in 4 days. And you racist ass crooks think we're supposed to silently protest? While your Ku Klux Blue Klan is aiming their guns at my chest, I'm sick of raising my babies to be targets. And in case you're not getting me, fuck that target. Y'all are just scared because shit is getting dark now. We getting mad now. We told you weren't listening. I bet you wish you had now. Black Lives Matter is a movement, not just a fad now. We found power and unity. And oh, they fucking mad now. You gave us minimal freedom and treated us like we were nothing, and now that you're begging for peace. Black people, y'all hear something?
I just want to make something clear. When the news tells you protesters began looting, reframe it as looters took advantage of the protest. And protesters, who were already actively being terrorized by the police, did not have the armor, the weapons, the capability, or the power to stop the looters. Every city I've been to, 2 different cities, 2 different police forces, looters started breaking windows and protesters banded together in front of those stores to stop them while the police were still gassing us. We were doing their job for free while they beat us. Who is protecting and serving this city? The worst we did was tag. And you know who cleaned up those tags in the morning? Us, not the police.
If you have opened your mouth to say that the riots are not what MLK would have wanted, I honestly can't disagree with you. I didn't know the nigga. But since you apparently did, I hope that in the same breath that you are acknowledging that Dr. King was the one who said that he would do everything he could to keep his protests nonviolent, but that riots were inevitable when people go unheard for too long. You best be quoting your good friend Martin when he said near the end of his life that the old optimism he had in the civil rights movement was a little superficial and needed to be tempered by a solid realism in the face of America's commitment to devaluing black lives. That his principles of nonviolence were based in practicality and morality. And if you ask me, to have a moral argument, you need to be able to trust that your opponent has a moral compass. I wish that I could hear what Dr. King would have to say about the riots today, but I can't because he was murdered by the US government for being too dangerous to who? To what? The white supremacist infrastructure that this entire country was built upon.
These kind of pictures are being spread out a lot online now at protests, and these are being set up by people who want rioting. They want the protest to look bad, so do not use them for destroying anything. I have a better use. Earlier today online, I saw that Hong Kong had used bricks and set them up as barricades in the streets so the cop cars could not go through. Here's what the barricades look like. Do not give the police what they want. They want destruction. They want rioting. Do not do that. This is a protest, and if we do it right, we will win.
This is America. Don't got you slipping up. Look how I'm living up. Police be tripping up. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap.
Now they always say congratulations.
This is America.
Work so hard for
Don't got you slipping up.
I would love to be catching up on Avatar right now instead of fighting for my fucking existence. But here we are.
That's Fire Nation. Police are the Fire Nation.
The police are the Fire Nation.
The police are the Fire Nation.
Oh.
Trump is a Zulu. Anyway, only Obama, master of
Only Obama, master of all 4 nations, can save us. But when we need him, his term limit went up.
Oh my God.
Within the last 15 minutes, mounted police have been coming down the street. You're going to see them in the frame now, using flashbangs in front of them and mounted police to clear what has been an entirely peaceful protest. Not 98%, not 99%, but 100% peaceful protest here today. People throwing, there was no throwing of water bottles, there was no throwing of objects, but a short time ago, mounted police officers have been clearing, and they're advancing again. And now they're,
Gosh.
that's a photographer.
That's
going on now.
A member of the press.
Now there's just a lot of violence erupting. Ben, back up, back up.
Let him go, you see? Let him go! Let him go!
He's fucking down! Let him go!
Let him go! Let him go!
Let him go!
Let him go!
Let him go!
Let him go! Pigs!
Fucking cowards! There's 30 of you that want to be out!
You're fucking pigs!
Let him go!
Fucking let him go!
Guys, come to me right now. 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 Come to me. Come to me right now. This woman just got tased. Come to me right now. Come to me right now.
They just keep coming.
Go! Go inside! Get inside! Get inside! Get inside! Get in your house now! Let's go! Light him up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in, get in! Get in!
Oh, God, that hurt.
You good? Are you okay?
Right on the fucking crotch.
Are you okay? You got hit?
I'm good. They're fucked for that, dude. What?
Okay.
Back up. Keep going. Keep moving.
She's walking away!
We got plenty of time here.
Are you okay? I'm getting shot! I'm getting... Katie, are you okay?
You can't fucking do that! Get the fuck on! Get the fuck off! Don't touch me either! Fuck you do again? What the fuck you gonna do about it? I'm leaving.
He's not doing anything! He's on protest!
Get the fuck off! Go! Get the fuck off! Get out of here! Fucking leave it!
Stop, bro. What's your password? What's your... Stop, Josh, stop. Stop, bro. Stop, Josh, stop. Stop hitting them, bro. Just stop. Just stop, bro. Stop, bro. What's your password? What's your... Stop, Josh, stop. Stop, bro. Stop, Josh, stop. Stop hitting them, bro. Just stop.